So now one may say, well, Congresswoman, respectfully, so you're saying you're not for sending money to Zelensky and Ukraine, but you're for sending money to Israel and humanitarian aid. Why would you support Israel but not support money to Ukraine?
Well, listen, as I said, the situation with Ukraine, I said I would support for Ukraine to get lethal aid, to hold the ground for the military, because I honestly don't think under Biden and Zelensky they can win, in exchange for some border security. That was an agreement, because unfortunately without strategy, we cannot have this never-ending slush funds. And I don't think strategy is going to happen under this president. For 2 years, he now makes Russia is winning this war under his leadership and Democrats. Okay, let's just be honest. Where they are right now, it's not because of Republicans. They actually were in charge when the war started. And he is losing that war to Russia and Putin, where he's now moving into destabilizing the Middle East. And we have another serious crisis happening there. So they try to blame Republicans, but it's actually lie. But with Israel, we also have a serious situation there too. Israel is our strongest ally in the Middle East. And if we keep abandoning our allies, people don't understand the implications of that. Now you have the situation in the Middle East that every country, is watching and thinking, okay, maybe at least, China give you a bunch of money, put you in debt, Russia cheap weapons, but they stick with you. Americans can just abandon you in the tough moments. I think that is a serious problem for our national security. So a lot of countries that start making bets, should we be with United States or not with United States? And we cannot stay in the world alone. We need to have a ally, but I think we need to put pressure on some of our allies in the Middle East and say, there is no white and black. There is no gray, it's white and black. You have to decide, are you with China, Russia, and Iran, or with us? And you have to make that decision. And we haven't been that tough. And I think now Russia with China are advancing, in the Middle East, as they've done in Africa and some other areas of South America. And that's not good for our national interest. So we have to support Israel. But I think the situation being mishandled. If you remember, the same Jake Sullivan was telling...
Your favorite person.
Listen, he's kind of running the show there. He's making decisions, not Biden. So let's be honest,
You think Jake Sullivan's running the show?
Truly is. He's the main guy there. He's actually running all of the national security and all decisions.
Really?
Yes, he
is. Have you dealt with him? Have you met him?
Yeah, I have. we don't have a very friendly exchanges with him.
Do you trust this guy?
No, no way in hell.
Why don't you trust Jake Sullivan?
Listen, I was a lot of actions, what they were doing, very surprising to me. Almost actually it's kind of funny when they were doing sanctions on some of the oligarchs. They excluded one of the top friend of Putin and never put him in sanctions. I was very surprised.
Who was that?
Questioning that, Abramovich. And I was questioning that, and after I questioned that next day, Abramovich was selling his team and does a charity. I'm like, well, that was very interesting for me. I don't know much these oligarchs, but I've heard about them quite a lot. He's kind of a known commodity for a long time, being close to Putin. So, so a lot of actions they take are very strange and very political. Maybe just politically they're afraid and try to make some deals. But I think that the challenge, and then the same guy was telling, we have this peace and security in the Middle East. I don't remember how he phrased that articles before the attack, maybe a few days before the attack. And you have to be pretty bad when you can become where Iran and Saudi Arabia and China shaking hands and taking picture where they actually hate, Saudi Arabia hates us more than Iran. That's
how wild is that?
I mean, you have to be pretty bad in foreign policy.
Yeah, I'm looking at what he did before. Previously, he was a director of policy to President Obama, national security advisor to then Vice President Biden, and deputy chief of staff to Security Secretary Hillary Clinton of Department of State. And he served as a senior advisor to the U.S. federal government at the Iran nuclear negotiation and senior policy advisor to Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign, as well as visiting professor at Yale. And back in the days, he was a Coca-Cola scholar, debate champion, and president of the student council, and voted most likely to succeed in his class. That's Jake Sullivan for you.
Yeah.
Your favorite person.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.